Hi everyone, I was just thinking today. I got a lot of DMs about the concept of self-prioritizing, lots of different questions, and I decided to record this YouTube video just because I felt like sharing my thoughts with you. And I will call this a theory of a cold sore. You probably all can notice that I got a cold sore. I haven't had one since high school, probably since high school. And I think the reason why I got it is because in the past 2 weeks, I was prioritizing everything around me and not myself. I was giving my energy to thousands of people who were purchasing my marathon. I was also taking care of my main Instagram account where I have almost 300,000 followers, and people constantly DM, they ask questions, they need my attention. And I felt like, of course, I'm also married. I have a doggy. Come say hi. This is Umi. She's so precious, but she also needs my attention, right, baby? You need attention. And today, when I was discussing the concept of self-prioritizing, I got this question from a mom of 2 kids, and she said, how can I prioritize myself when I have kids? I need to give my love to kids, and if I'm not with them, I feel like it's a bad thing for me. It's just I have that mom guilt, and I feel like a lot of us, we might encounter that either with our kids or maybe with our job or with our hobbies or even with our pets. But it's always important to remind ourselves that there is a difference between being selfish and being self-loving. Because when we are prioritizing ourselves, it's giving ourselves those even 5 to 10 minutes in the morning just to ourselves. When we tell everyone else around us, mom or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend or pet mom needs to have this time to herself. So excuse me for a couple of minutes. I'm just gonna take them to myself without having any distractions. And I have to tell my husband sometimes, because when I do my face fitness practice in the morning, sometimes he will call me when he's on the way from the gym and he wants to talk to me, and I tell him, come home and we talk, but during this time, this is my time to myself and I need to take this time. Because when we take this time to ourselves, when we have that quality time with ourselves, then we're able to fill up our cup, we're able to energize ourselves, we're able to understand what is happening with us, what ideas we have in our head, how can we improve ourselves, how can we motivate ourselves, how can we love ourselves more. And only when we take those 5 to 10 minutes at least during the day to just be with ourselves, only then we're able to have those positive thoughts, those inspiring thoughts. And when people come to us, when our kids come to us, and if we're not in tune with ourselves, when we feel frustrated, when we feel tired, when we feel angry, and little things that kids do or our partner does or our dog does, it will be annoying to us, or it will be frustrating, not because they are annoying or frustrating, but because you are not in tune with yourself. So that's why it's so important to be in tune with ourselves first, so we can spread that love to others. And that's why in the past 2 weeks, when I was just giving my energy to people, when I was just giving my time to people, and I was starting my morning with answering emails or fulfilling orders for people who were purchasing marathons, I would normally start my morning with face fitness, yoga, meditation, self-programming journal, but I put it to last thing on my list. I would still do it, but it was not how I usually start my mornings, just to myself. I was giving my time to people, and that's what happened. I got tired, I got depleted from energy, I got depleted from my resource, and my body started to indicate to me, you know what, you need to shift certain things around. And that's when I decided I'm gonna come back to myself. I'm going to go to bed on time. I'm going to wake up and do practices for myself instead of being on my phone and just checking what people are saying, if there are any issues and so on. I spend time on myself. And even when I know that I need to, for example, feed my dog at certain time, I will wake up half an hour earlier to do my practices first and then address my dog's needs. And it's not about just forgetting about everyone else around you. Like a lot of influencers say nowadays, or a lot of celebrities say, forget about others, just think about yourself. You need to, break out of that relationship. You need to leave that person or leave that friend if they're not good for you. But I always say, first, address yourself, spend time with yourself, even if it means that you need to wake up half an hour earlier just to do your yoga or do your face fitness or do your meditation, and then see, maybe your relationship will start to transform. Maybe people around you will start being more positive. Or if they're actually bad people for you, they will leave themselves because they will see that you're changing, you're becoming more confident, you know who you are and what you want in life, and they will start changing too, or they will leave you because they're just not a match for you. And that's been shown throughout all these classes that I've hosted, all these events, all the marathons. People's lives start to transform, but it's not about just starting to live completely your life in a bubble where no one else exists and just completely surround yourself with everything that you want and do whatever you want and forget about people around you. That's not self-prioritizing, that's not self-loving, that's being selfish. But being self-loving, prioritizing yourself, is to actually have that relationship with yourself and asking yourself questions like, what would be nice for me today so that I don't feel tired? And there's always going to be an answer, because let's say we want to do yoga, but we have kids or we have our pet that we need to walk. Sometimes it's good to ask your partner or your husband or your mom or your dad, can you do this for me? Or your friend or whoever, can you do this for me? Or if you can't, if you don't have that option, then you need to plan your time accordingly so you can fit that in. Because when I worked as a nurse in the hospital, my shift would start at 7 in the morning. And I knew that when I left for that shift, I would come back at 7 p.m. and then I would just have to eat and go to bed. So what would I do with that? How would I prioritize myself throughout that? Because I can't just quit my job. I need money. I can't just do something that wouldn't involve working for people, for example, because at the end of the day, you will always work for someone, with someone, and you will still have to share your energy with people. But it's all about those 10 to 15 minutes a day, how you spend on yourself. So I would wake up earlier in the morning than my alarm. It was 5:30 at that time, and I remember I was so sleepy. But when I did it for myself, when I started doing certain practices like yoga or face fitness or meditations, after I did that, then I became more positive. Then I became more confident in myself. I was able to make better choices throughout the day for myself. I was able to be there for my patients, for my coworkers, for my friends, for my partner. And my whole life started to transform when I started with myself. So prioritizing yourself doesn't mean you have to just be in a bubble and live by yourself alone in your apartment, surrounded by, surrounded by crystals and candles and meditation music, and just sit there and think, I am prioritizing myself. Because in reality, we all have lives, we all have responsibilities, and you can't just put a cross on that and forget about that. But it's all about what you choose for yourself to do for 5 to 10 minutes a day or more if you can, and noticing how you feel and noticing what can you add so you can feel better. Because for me, in those 2 weeks, I was not getting enough sleep. So yesterday I went to bed early, I woke up early today. I feel like myself, I'm so energetic. I'm able to record this video, I'm able to address people in my marathon, I'm able to motivate them, I'm able to inspire my husband, I'm able to give my energy to my pet, and so on. So it's about having that conversations with yourself, what you need to do. Maybe you feel tired, maybe you need to sleep more, maybe you need to cook a better meal for yourself, maybe you need to do face fitness for 5 minutes in the morning before you go to work. what is it that you need to do? So this is a theory of cold sores. Cold sores don't just appear out of nowhere. Your frustration doesn't appear out of nowhere. Your unmotivated look of your unmotivated opinion on life is not because something is bad in your life. It's because you're tired. Maybe you're just not self-loving recently. Maybe you're just burned out and you just need that time for yourself. So instead of treating your cold sore like something negative that appeared for you and you just need to get rid of it right away topically with a cream, start with your inner self. Give yourself some love, give yourself some time, and it will completely go away in even just 2 days if you address it with love and patience and just a little bit more time for yourself. Thank you for watching this video. Like it, subscribe to my channel, share it with people around you who you think need to hear this, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.